Well, welcome to Hamilton County TV. I'm Perry Williams, and today is the Coach David Sharpe Show. Welcome, Coach.
Hi, Perry. How you doing?
Pretty good. Last Friday, a tough night for the Millers against a good Zionsville football team, but they're all good in the Hoosier Crossroad Conference. Let's talk briefly about the game
Sure.
on Friday night, and then we'll...
Well, this can happen. We really feel like we're very evenly matched with Zionsville, and these things happen in football where one team gets off to a bad start and one team gets all the breaks. And it started. They received the opening kick. We get them into a few third downs. They're able to score on our next possession. We miss a wide open pass, and it's probably a 70-yard touchdown. We overthrow it by an inch. Landon had a tremendous game throwing the ball. We threw the ball a lot, and that the third play of the game was a huge play because on the next play it's fourth down. We punt and the punt gets blocked. They get the ball about the 15-yard line, and again the defense gets them into a 3rd and 15, and we let them off the hook, and they're able to convert that first down and then score a couple plays later. So right out of the gate, it's like they missed one of the extra points. It's 13-0, and there's only 7-8 minutes left in the first quarter. So we're able to score the next possession though to cut it to 13-7. I just mentioned Landon having a great game. Felt like we had a mismatch with Aiden Brewer with their secondary, and Aiden had a tremendous game, and he was able to take about a 70-yard post pattern into the end zone to get it to 13-7. The next drive, this is what I mean, we didn't get the breaks. First of all, we in the first half alone, we forced 3 fumbles. We knocked the ball out of them 3 times. And then the ball just takes a goofy bounce and bounces right into them. We drop an interception, probably pick 6. When it's 13-7, we kick it off to them. The ball takes a great bounce, and they can't field it. It goes down to the 1-inch line, and there's Millers and Eagles are both jumping on the ball right in the goal line. We can't tell, is it a safety? Is it a touchback? Is it a touchdown for us? Is it our ball on the 1, their ball on the 1, and they're sorting out the bodies, and it's Eagles ball on the 1-yard line. And they go 99 yards and take off 7 or 8 minutes and score to make it push it back to a 13-point game. And then an enormous possession for us. We have to respond after that long drive. We get behind the sticks. We had some fundamental breakdowns blocking wise. We randomly, all of us on the offensive line, just had 1 or 2 random plays where it's like, why did you block him instead of him? That's not your rule. Or we had a few times, I read the wrong play on my wrist card. I thought it was this play, not that play. And it's just, how does this happen at a time when we really needed to pick up the defense? We failed to do so. We got behind the sticks multiple times. We were penalized way more than we've ever been offensively in any of our other games. We got sacked a couple times, and so we just had a lot of 2nd and 18s and 3rd and longs. But on that next drive, when it was 20-7, we found ourselves in a 3rd and long. We execute a screen pass to Blake Widget. He gets about 7 or 8 yards. And there's one guy we have to block. Now, we don't practice middle screen as much as we practice power and trap and so forth, but we practice it enough to where we have 5 huge linemen going downfield, and there's just one linebacker, and we all run right past him. And it's just, that would have been a huge turning point in the game if we execute that and then able to score, but we don't. Landon Hughes had a great punt. He punts the ball down to about the 8 or 9 yard line, about a 60-yard punt, so that was a big bright spot. But then they go on another enormous time-consuming drive. They did Noblesville football. They played keep away. They kept our offense off the field. We hold them to a field goal after that long, another 6-minute drive by them, going from the 9-yard line to about the 9-yard line. They kicked a field goal to make it 23-7, and there was only 2.5 minutes left. And now we're in hurry up 2-minute drill mode. Landon does a great job of getting us down the field. We're going to at least get we want to at least get 3 points out of this to have a little momentum going into half. We do get ball at half. We get down to the 20-yard line, and then we have a false start, which I didn't think was a false start, so we lose 5 yards, and then we get sacked, and before you know it, we have to heave up a 40-yard Hail Mary. So just at the most inopportune times, we went backwards with penalties and sacks and that sort of thing, and just lost the yardage we just missed kickout blocks, like running backs, linemen, pulling guards. We just swung and missed a few times, and we never had the ball. When that final 2-minute drill, we looked back because we're trying to figure out what information do we have on them, how are they playing us. We only had 12 plays with 2.5 minutes left. We're down by 16 points, and we have to go on a 2-minute drive, and we only have 12 plays on offense. So we never had the ball, and it's credit to them because they converted every 3rd and long. And we played very, very well defensively. Those 3rd and longs that Abney completed, that's what Division I quarterbacks do. The windows were tight windows. But we're finding out the hard way. We knew this, that when you take one too many steps on a fake and then you drop to your zone, or you get the idea, if you waste 1 inch of just overstepping and before you adjust, that's all these quarterbacks in this league need to boom, hit a 12-yard slant or a 10-yard out or that sort of thing. So he kept him rolling all night. He definitely earned his Division I scholarship at their quarterback. So we come out of halftime empty-handed, down 23-7, and we really feel like we haven't done much offensively, but we do get the ball back. And on that next drive, again, we just have inopportune plays where we go backwards a few times, and now we're trying to, we're throwing the ball a lot in this game, trying to catch up, and we have to end up punting the ball back or giving them the ball back, and then they go on another long drive and make it 30-7, and there was shell-shocked looks all along the sideline, just all of our guys, like, how did this happen? It happens because if you miss one block, you read the wrong play call, you say, I thought that was where I go here instead of here, that's all it takes to get us into 2nd and 10 or into 3rd and 8, and then we don't have the ball. And then we're playing our butts off on defense, but we let them off the hook. And that's when two evenly matched teams get together. One team is fortunate, like I said, we knocked the ball out of their hands 3 times, couldn't get any of them. We get a punt blocked, we drop an interception. Lots of little things that add up in a big way, and they just capitalized. Give Zionsville a ton of credit. They capitalized on things that we did not do well. We are still the exact same team with the same set of players. So it's Monday afternoon, and all we can do is just go out there, keep playing, keep narrowing those passing windows, keep staying way more laser focused offensively. And as bad offensive performance in the running game since I've been here, and it will get corrected. But on a positive note, Landon and AB had a tremendous chemistry throwing the ball through the air. Now, can we get those both to mesh? Can we have our consistent Miller power run game mesh up now with our 2 young superstar guys in the air? And Schaffner had a tremendous catch too for a gain of about 35 or so. It's like we can now run and throw. Can we do it? Can we do them both in the same night? Can we do them both in the same night? That's the question that we have to ask our guys. And I think we're going to have a heck of a practice today, because I know that offensively, especially offensive line, we're a little embarrassed, and we just want to getting back at our fundamentals, because we were fundamentally very poor on Friday night.
So basically, from this game against Zionsville, coming this week, homecoming week against Franklin Central, it's all these things you feel like that we slipped, because I thought we played a very good game against Westfield. I mean, there were some times there, like you said,
We just played.
We're not 100% yet.
We were way more fundamentally sound offensively against Westfield. We blocked them the way we wanted to block them. We didn't screw up any plays really. Like we really felt like we had a hat on a hat, a body on a body, and we grinded out first downs. And we just made a couple of critical mistakes in the kick-out run game and on double-team combinations and communication. And it's just, we're not good enough to afford a 2nd and 10, like a wasted play. Like, oh, well, like other teams can. Other teams can throw an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, they're fine. We have to get our money's worth on every single play. Otherwise, we'll have a disastrous game like we did on Friday.
Yeah. So you feel pretty good about some of those miscues that we had in the Zionsville game that are correctable?
We show the kids on film, and Saturday morning we watch the tape and we just pause it. It's like, look, and it's just, and they know, and it's easier said than done. When you turn the lights on and there's 5,000 people in the stands, sometimes your brain is there's a lot going through your head. And they have very good defensive players. Like, we're not hitting dummy bags. We're hitting, legit, awesome defensive linemen and linebackers and so forth. So, yeah, our kids are ready to go, though. I know they are. I've seen them all in weights class today. They want to get back at it. Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about Franklin Central, because it kind of always, I know this is a subject that no head football coach wants to talk about, but it's one that happens every year, and it's good for the student body, but it's not really good for a football team because you have to get a little bit out of sync on how you do game day and everything by it being homecoming. But let's talk a little bit about Franklin Central and some of the things that you have to do a little bit different this week and on and off the field.
Right. The kids know how we're wired as a coaching staff. We don't generalize anything. We don't say stuff like, you didn't play good, or that was, your head wasn't in the game. We don't generalize stuff like that. We pinpoint on play number 72, if you step with this foot instead of that foot. Play number 14, if you do this. We want to make sure they understand every single play is a season within a season or a game within a game. And that's how you turn things around. So they know what to expect. They know that we want their headspace to be on football, and they will. We'll be fine and focused, ready to go, even though there's a parade and everybody's dressed up goofy this week. I don't think it's going to affect us much.
But the one thing with and it's like, it doesn't really, and we've talked about this before, and it's one of the changes that you're trying to get everybody to understand, that not necessarily whatever team we're playing. Like this week, it happens to be Franklin Central. Last week was Zionsville. You don't care who's across from you. No. It's everybody's got a good quarterback, a good running back, a couple of good receivers, some good linemen, a couple of good linebackers, just like we do. We got a little bit of everything. They got a little bit of everything. It's just, are we going to play as hard as we possibly can? Are we going to play for each other? Are we going to play within our system? Are we going to be intensely focused on the play call and what I do in the play call, especially on the 10th play of a drive, whether it's offense or defense? When fatigue starts to set in just a little bit, are we going to be disciplined enough, focused enough to continue to execute our job at a high level? And that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if their jersey's green like it was last week or blue like it is this week. They've got guys that lift weights. They've got guys that are 17 and 18 years old. They got guys that are fast, and we do too. And we have to get back to Miller football, because we did not play Miller football on Friday night. All right. Coach, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that, like I said, you're preparing for a game this week and another Hoosier Crossroad game. So it's an important game for us, as they all are. So I want to wish you the best of luck on this Friday. And of course, we'll be here, Hamilton County TV, broadcasting the game, and hopefully next week we'll be talking about a victory.
Thank you, Perry. Quick shout out to our JV team. Again, controlling what they can control. A big victory on Saturday morning now. Record is now 4-1, so very happy for those guys representing us on Saturday morning.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, Perry.
I appreciate it.